We are live. What's up, guys? Welcome to this little reacts video. I wanted to do it because I'm an 18 Bravo, or I was. 18 Bravo is a Special Forces Weapons Sergeant. So part of our course, in order to graduate, we have to assemble and disassemble and know a lot of types of weapon systems. Part of our training is also mortars. So we would never hold ourselves to the level of a mortarman because those guys are truly badass at what they do. We just get our hands wet with it so we know how to use it because we use them in combat. So in combat, we used the 60, which is the handheld mortar, and we used it a fucking lot. So that 60 is a small tube. It's got little cheese charges on it, so you can, add more explosive power to it to get it farther. But the cool thing about that little 60 is it's handheld. You could set it on drop fire, which means that as soon as you drop it, you gotta get your fucking hand out of the way because it's going to make contact and fire as soon as it hits the base of the tube, or trigger fire. So a lot of the times we would switch it to trigger fire so that way we could throw it in and we would just do a quick little thumb aim and pull the lever and thunk, shoot the 60 off. We used them in combat, used them in training, and the 60s were awesome. So one time we were in a bowl surrounded and my team sergeant started launching 60s to get up and over the top of the hill because we're having trouble getting the guys that were shooting at us. So 60s, super versatile. In this little video, they're doing an 81 millimeter mortar system. So it looks like the mortarmen, they already have the tube set up, they're already sights on, and they just want to let this guy hang and send around. So he walks up. Actually, let's watch it real quick. All right, so as you can see, he fucked up big time. So when you're hanging a mortar, you're hanging an 81, you're gonna see the guy to the left of the mortar system, he's on the sights. So how the mortar tube works, it's been a while, but you set like poles and you have to get your sights aligned and your bubbles up. So the bubble lets you know that you're even. So that way, obviously, if you're not even, that tube is gonna have a tilt to it and it's not gonna hit the trajectory that you want. So you need to go bubbles up, and when they say bubbles up, that means that you're just level and ready to fire, but then you have to get your sight on. So every time you move that sight, it tilts the whole tube and your bubbles go off. So then you got to level it up. And then once you level it up, it moves it a little bit. So it's this really tricky game of getting your sights on and then getting your bubbles level at the same time. A mortarman could do it like it's nothing. They're so good at it. They're just like boom, boom, bubbles up. And the reason you want to be really good at it and be fast is so you can get a lot of rounds off in multiple different locations. So let's say we have, multiple targets we want to hit. A good mortarman, a good mortar team is going to be like, boom, sights on, bubbles up, go. Hang it, send it. And they'll launch that round. And then they could switch targets quick, sights on, bubbles up, hang it, send it. So they'll be able to do that transition extremely fast because they're just really good at their jobs. So what happens in this one is they let the guy go up and they say, hang it. And I thought they just said hang it. So if you're going to hang it, what you're going to do is grab the tube like an OK sign around the tip of the round. So you get the 81, grab it like an OK sign and hold on to it like that. And as you walk up to the mortar tube, he's going to say, he's going to get bubbles up and he's going to say, hang it. So you're going to slide the mortar round in the tube, and then you're going to hold it there. And you're not going to move your hands, and you're just going to hold the round perfectly in place at the tip of the tube. And then he's going to say fire. And this is where this guy fucks up. Because once you let go of that round, you're then tracing the mortar tube with your hands down and away as fast as you can. So it's hang it, fire. Hang it, fire. And so you have that motion of hang it, and then as soon as he says fire, you're snapping your hands down, so there's no way of having your hand left in there. But our guy decides that he's going to hang it, fire it, and then keep his hands in that spot. And then fucking, whoops, surprise, he takes them to the hand, and I'm shocked that his hand is still attached to his body.
It's all bad.
Do you have any questions about that?
Yeah, you said that you can shoot it if you want. Like instead of, so you can do You said there's fire and there's what else?
So not for the 81. So the 81 is the system that they're using. It's that bigger round. It's about this big.
So that one you have to drop.
That one you have to drop.
Oh, okay.
Yeah.
My only question was because I thought you brought up that you can actually like leave it in there and then shoot it later.
The 60.
Yeah,
60 you can drop it.
Because that was that one. I'd be like, why wouldn't you just do that every time? Just drop it and let the guy push the shoot button, and that way you're never even close to that. But because you can't do that with that one.
But the thing is, when a good mortar team is shooting rounds off, it's not like you're going funk. Like you're fucking sending a mission. It could be funk, funk, funk. And while he's just sending rounds, a good team working together, that guy will get on a new target and bubbles up before he even gets the next round set. So a good mortar team is fast, bro. They'll be like, bubbles up, hang it, fire, boom. And then he's like, bubbles up, hang it, fire. And then that way that mission, because those rounds take like, I don't even want to guess, but maybe like 3 to 6 seconds. Probably like 6 seconds. I don't fucking know. It takes a few seconds for that round to actually splash.
Oh, okay.
So because it's going so high that it takes a few seconds. So you have to wait for it to splash. So if you get them consecutively going, then it's boom, 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 instead of just one going off and then waiting a few seconds, checking for the next one. One of the scariest parts about the mortar is when you hang it, and then he says, hang it, fire, and it goes stunk, and no fucking fire goes off. That's terrifying, because now you have to get that mortar round out of the tube.
How do you get it out?
Yeah, the same way it came in.
What do you mean? You can't pick the thing up and fucking dump it out? Like, you have to get it with your fucking hand?
Dude, check this out. So to get it out, it's a 2-person job. It may be so you're going to take it. Yeah, it's a 2-person job. You're going to take, both of you are going to pick up your whole system and move it to a safe location. So that way you guys could just die together and you don't take out everybody. And then one of your guys is going to pick up the mortar tube from the back and he's going to get it to level. This is where it gets fucked up. I have to do my little okay sign and stick my hand in front of it. In front of a round that was already dropped.
Fuck.
So now I'm holding my hand like this, just praying that fucker doesn't decide to take off. And take my hand with it. And then the guy that has it level, he's going to say level, and you're going to go level, so that way you know it's coming. And then he's going to hear it sliding, he's going to say sliding, and you say sliding. And that way you know it's actually starting to move. And then it slides into your hand, you catch it, you take it out, and then you hand it off to EOD.
That's fucking crazy, dude. I can't believe that you would have to actually get it out with your hand. They can't come up with anything better than to have soldiers putting their hands in there, and it could possibly
fucking
go off.
Terrifying, dude. Getting a dud round is fucking terrifying. Because you're just like, oh God. And he's like, level, you're like, level. He's like, sliding, you're like, sliding. Fuck.
It's just like a firecracker. You know when you hit a dud, but you're still afraid for a while to walk up to it because you're like, I don't know if that fire's still on in there.
So there it is, a little breakdown of what actually took place. The guy just wasn't taught properly. I don't understand how you could get to the point where you want to send a round and they didn't drill into your head that it's hang, fire, get your fucking hands out of the way and do the karate chop like they teach you and trace the tube. They teach you that shit for a fucking reason. Trace that tube down, point at the base of the tube, whatever you want to do, and just get your fucking hands out of the way. At first, I thought he just said hang it. He didn't say fire. But as I listened to the video, I think he just said hang fire because he planned on him just lobbing around. Right. Because I don't think he's a mortarman.
Oh, he gets to get fucking laughed at by, like, the world.
Yeah, it's gone viral.
That shit went viral in 5 fucking minutes. Like, I don't know when they filmed it, but from, because sometimes shit just goes viral out of nowhere, but I'm pretty sure that was recent.
Yeah, that was pretty recent.
And the minute it was posted, people across the globe saw your ass fucking make that mistake. So.
Yeah, they're like, yeah, that sucks. Yeah, you're just being completely destroyed by the internet.
Yeah, but even if your hand recovers, they're going to find out who you are. You're just done forever.
Yeah. Sorry, dude. Sucks to suck. Next time, just fucking, if you ever fire a mortar again, first of all, you'll show everyone. Dude, you should do a follow-up video where you go out and you hang and fire and you get your fucking hands out of the way. Do it in the cast. That'll be even better. Yeah. And you do a little comeback video and be like, I ain't no pussy. Fucking hang, fire. And you're like, got it right, bitches. Ah! And then mic drop.
The whole world will be like, you learned.
Yeah, you learned your lesson. Everyone's watching and like, well, what did he do wrong? Like, did you realize what he did wrong?
No, I just
outside of obviously you don't want your hands in front of the round. How did you see that?
Yeah, I didn't. I just looked at it and be like, well, obviously he dropped the round and didn't move his hand, so that's all I knew about it. I didn't like nothing else hit my brain in terms of like what else was going on there. I just saw. I was like, okay, well, he dropped it, left his hands. Your hand's fucked.
Yeah.
Beginning, middle, end.
And a lot of times, like this happens in free fall a lot too. Is like we had a guy get dropped from free fall because he wouldn't pull his chute. And you would think that instinctively you want to survive, so you're gonna pull your parachute because you want it. You don't want to hit the ground that fast. You want to slow yourself down a little bit. But the cadre had to keep yelling at him like, dude, you're getting below altitude and you're still not pulling your chute. Mm-hmm. And then the last call, he got below altitude again, that minimum safe line, and the fucking cadre had to come in and pull his chute, and they're like, you're done.
Why wouldn't he pull it?
People just like get scared in like those stressful moments, and they just, their brain shuts off. So like I don't think for a second that a mortar team is gonna let this guy go hang around without drilling it in his head to fucking move your hands. This is how you do it. This is how you do it. Do you have it? And he was probably like, yeah, hang it, fire it. And they're like, okay, good. They didn't just like, some cook is like, hey, you want a round? Go have fun with it. Like they taught him how to do it. So I think that once he did it, he just fucking he froze and he went black, and so he wasn't able to like do what he had to do. Same thing with that guy in the parachute. He'll jump, but he just wouldn't fucking pull his chute. I was like, don't you want to survive?
Yeah.
Like that's pretty important piece. If not, arguably the most important part of jumping out of a plane is pulling your parachute. I would think that everyone would just naturally want to do that.
I would think so too. I've never skydived, but I would think that I would be pretty hyper focused on when I'm going to do that so that I no longer am free falling to earth.
Right. At a high rate of speed.
Yeah.
With imminent sudden stop.
Like I'd probably fuck up the way that I actually dropped the round into that tube because I'd be so hyper focused on moving my hands out of the fucking way. They'd be like, hey, next time don't like move your hands out before it's like you're letting it go. I'd probably be like,
yeah, because if you don't put it in far enough, like you get nervous and you're just like it'll hang on you.
Yeah.
And and it won't go in. So you want to. That's why you got to hold it all the way to the tip and just. You want to hold just the tip, people, and then drop it in ever so gently and just hear that slide action.
In a blue BMW.
Boom. Power Bottom Actual knows all about holding just the tip. Here, show them how you do it.
Let me tell you what. No live demonstrations, please.
All right, guys. Hope you liked that little breakdown. We clarified there. Clarified what happened a little bit with this clearly viral video. I just wanted to get on speak about it because part of being a Bravo is handling mortars and doing a little bit of mortar stuff. We have to pass in the Bravo course. For any of you guys going Special Forces, you have to pass a mortar test on the 81 and the 60. And I'm telling you, it's a bitch. The 60 is a bitch. Getting sights up on a 60 is because it's so small that one of the changes you have to do is a big change. So instead of just like being able to move your sights over, they do it on purpose. So it maxes out the sight. So you have to pick up the tripod, guess as to how far you put in your tripod to get close enough, to get your alignment. You guys don't know what the fuck I'm talking about. I'm like talking like we're all out there training with a 60 mortar, and they're like, I'm like, you gotta pick up the tripod. They're like, what the fuck are you talking
zoned out the minute you started talking, and I was thinking about like other shit.
Well, there's a tripod, so fuck yourself. Some people care. There's a mortarman out there that's like, fuck yeah. He knows what he's talking about.
The one guy.
There's like one guy that's like, yeah, Buck, you tell him, man, there's a fucking tripod on that.
No.
It's not even a tripod. It's a bipod.
It's only got 2 legs?
Yeah, it's only 2. So I was wrong the whole time. It's a bipod on the 60.
So it goes both ways. And this thing.
That's it. It's in. All right, we're ended.
You didn't. You every time you attempted the outro, you'd catch yourself and then keep talking.
Oh. All right, guys. So I hope you enjoyed that little. All right, guys. So I'm done.
I think it's kicking in.
Yeah. All right, guys. So I hope you enjoyed that little breakdown, fun little review of this viral video, and let us know if you like these breakdowns on random viral shit too, because they're kind of fun for us. And it doesn't take nearly as long as beers breakdowns because that shit takes us forever. See you guys on the next one. Peace.
Peace.